Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 50 of the No Nonsense Sports Podcast, and we are here with Anthony as always. We're missing out on Trent and Johnny this week. They had some personal things they had to take care of, but we brought in a guest for the AFC East division. Everyone say hi to Kai. Kai's back to go through this division. Say what's up, Kai.
Thanks for having me again, fellas. It's always a pleasure being on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We appreciate you being on,
Oh yeah.
especially to talk about this. So I don't know if you caught the episode a while back, but I did this show's best and worst takes of the entire year because we made it a full year. And you last time we went over your division, you were on here. You named every single team in your division's record correctly.
Yeah, it was
So,
insane.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I wanted to give you some kudos for that. If you would have put your exacts on that and parlayed it together, you probably would have walked out with a chunk of change. So just wanted to throw that in your mind. But I went through the episode and I heard it through and I was like, there's no way he picked every game right. You got it all except for the Bills, but I gave you the pass because they only played 16 games instead of 17. So I gave you the pass
of
on
the
them.
Bengals.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
Bengals game. But yeah, other than that, you picked every game or every team exactly right. So I'm hoping you do that again this year because I'll be locking some of these in. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's wild,
Yeah.
honestly. You're the only one to get their division exactly right. Obviously, it's not an easy thing to do. But let's go ahead and start this off with a fan favorite. What is your favorite NFL future bet going into this season?
There was a few that I liked, but if I had to just pick one, and this is on Prize Picks, I like Nick Chubb over 8.5 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, no Kareem Hunt this year, so I think he'll get more touches. And then, Deshaun, obviously, he has a full offseason with the team through training camp, getting those reps. Teams aren't going to be able to stack the box this year on them. So I think, they'll be able to do play action. And I just think he's just going. I think Nick Chubb, if you play fantasy, he's someone I'm definitely targeting in my leagues for sure.
For sure. For
Dude,
sure.
what's
Especially
what's
if
the
he's going, like,
odds?
second, 2-3 turn. Odds of what?
So my segment, I was going to do fantasy bowl predictions, and my first bowl prediction of the entire season is I actually have Nick Chubb leading the league in yards and touchdowns.
You have him as RB1 in fantasy.
And I don't think it's close.
Yeah, I truly. It's
So that's
for
so
me,
crazy. I thought we were doing best bets of tonight's division.
Nah,
So
just your best futures.
by you saying Nick Chubb, dude, it's crazy the things you could say about. I'm projecting 1,800 yards, 15 total touchdowns, kind of thing.
Yeah, when I saw he was at 8.5 rushing, I'm like, he could easily get 12 to 13.
Easily,
so that's an
easily.
easy one.
Exactly. Unless they got some offensive coordinator who's like, I'm gonna make you a Patty Mahomes. I don't understand how it's not at least 10.5, 11.5.
Yeah,
Literally, Kareem Hunt was a vulture of touchdowns when he got to the goal line.
Bro,
Nick Chubb
yes.
would run him down the field, and the only reason why he didn't score the touchdowns is because he was out of breath.
Who are you
and they
telling?
literally-
Week one,
yeah.
my week one, my parlay piece of the week was Nick Chubb to score a touchdown, and he got him to the 1 yard line twice, and Kareem Hunt took both his touchdowns from him.
Yeah, I literally wrote all these things. Chubb's never averaged less than 5 yards per carry. 1,500 plus rushing yards is a floor for him if he's healthy, as long as he's healthy.
Oh yeah, as long as he's healthy, for sure.
And then, you could keep going. The Browns last year, their offensive lines ranked 8th in run blocking, and it only got better.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson allows them not to stack the box. Their defense is decent enough to put them in better situations. You can keep going with this.
Yep.
And they faced the Bears and Texans in the fantasy playoff. I was going the whole. Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
The AFC North's schedule is pretty easy.
It's the NFC East from last year. Just if you're drafting fantasy, make sure you grab some of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, so that's why when you said it, I'm like, whoa, did I write this in the notes or something? Yeah, that's crazy, Kai. That's crazy.
All right. And you got a future?
Well, I thought we were gonna do it for tonight, but my future.
I got one for this division, so go crazy.
My future is I think so what I wrote is this division. The previous conversation I've done before this, you literally hit it right on the head. This is the AFC West hype wise, in my opinion, of this year. And any real sports bettor, in my opinion, can thank, and I already put 250 on it like 2 days ago. You can thank Aaron Rodgers coming to this division, and you can thank all the hype with all these players being added to the Dolphins. But this is probably the best odds you're ever going to get the Buffalo Bills winning the division, like ever. Like they should be negative money, in my opinion, like negative 200, 300, unless
Wow.
Josh Allen broke his back.
So you
But
got the
I
Bills
probably
winning this division?
I actually probably just fucking like
Jinx the fuck out of it? Yeah.
hurting Josh Allen. But yeah, it's plus money. Like you could have got it at like plus like 160, 140. I got it plus 110. And just I plan on just adding more and more to it until the season starts. And we'll get into that when we go in the division, but
Yeah, we will.
that was like my hands down clear favorite like thing. Like the Bengals,
I'm different than you.
the Bengals and the Bills are my favorite two teams to win the AFC this year. So
I think
you
the
can see
Bills
how
go farther. I
biased.
think the Bills go farther in the playoffs, but I don't think they win this division. My lock, and it's no shade to you, Kai, but your over under for the Patriots is set at 8 wins. I don't see it.
It's 8.5, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see 8.5.
Well, save
I
the
agree.
juice.
So
That's my
agree.
future. That's my future, though.
Okay.
We'll go into
Yeah.
it,
I was
but
gonna say save the juice
yeah,
for
I'm saving the juice. I'm not gonna go deep diving into this, but realistically, I just don't. I don't see 8.5. I can't. I tried twice to go through and give them the Bill Belichick respect, and I still couldn't put them at 9 wins. So
If we are going to throw one out from the division, I do have one on my list that I have from this division.
okay,
I like Kyle Duggar, Patriots safety, to get over 3 interceptions. So that's another good one too.
okay.
dude. You literally break everything you go over. I see him having like a better year than most people predicted. I was looking into him. I thought
Yeah,
the
he's a
interception thing was
beast.
so small. Like what's up with that? Does he have like hands? Like is his feet his hands? Like I understand how he wouldn't get at least 3.
I don't know. I don't know how he doesn't have more than 3, but he's a ball hawk, and he's a baller in general. He's definitely going to be our leader of our defense this year, other than Judon. But yeah, I'm hoping we sign him because I think this is a contract year for him or next year. But we need to sign him now before he gets too
Before he goes
pricey.
Too
crazy,
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that when we touch the page. There's another guy I wanted to ask you, Kai. I wrote it down. From my understanding, I was reading online, like people were like saying this dude, like they're trying to be ahead of the curve, but this guy is supposed to be like your big player on defense. So I guess we'll talk about it when we cover the Patriots.
Okay.
Right on. Next question I got for you, Kai. Do you believe that the AFC East is the toughest division in football? Ant kind of spoiled his opinion on this.
This
Yeah,
year.
this year,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Ant spoiled his opinion on this, but what do you think?
Oh yeah, this year for sure. I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's a no-brainer. There's maybe 2 other divisions you can probably say that's probably close, but I would break it down like this, and I'm probably going a little too far out, but
Go
I
crazy.
have I have the Patriots finishing last this year in our division. So if you take the Patriots, I would put us beating probably 3 other divisions, second place finisher in their division. So, for example, I have like the Cowboys finishing second in the NFC East. I think the Patriots, as the 4th team in the AFC East, could definitely compete with the Cowboys. Same with the Seahawks. I have them finishing second in the NFC West. So, like, the 4th team in the division can compete with division teams that are second in another division. Yeah, I don't know how you can make an
I don't know.
argument.
Y'all
Hold
can
on.
compete with Washington. Y'all ain't competing with Dallas.
And I think like you're missing the AFC North. I don't think the Patriots could compete with the Bengals or Ravens.
I don't think. No, he's saying a couple of them, but to your point,
Yeah, there's a
I
couple of
think.
divisions, but I agree with
Yeah,
you. I don't
yeah,
think we beat the Bengals or the Ravens, but
yeah,
the
But to
Seahawks
your
will finish
point,
second, and we could
yeah.
beat them.
I think
I
they're
think I think the Steelers are by far the 4th seed in that division, and I think they compete with every team in every other division. I think they could win the AFC South. I think they could win the NFC South. I think they would be right there in second or third place in the NFC West. Like,
See, I disagree. I don't think the Steelers would be honestly, other than maybe us, that would be a good game. I don't think the Steelers would beat the Dolphins, the Bills, or the
no, no,
Jets.
no, no, no. But yeah, but I don't think you guys would beat the Bills or the Bengals, the Ravens, or the Browns. So
I think we would be. It
I
would
think
be a
you
good
two.
game with the Browns
I
and
think those are the
the
best divisions in
Steelers.
football. But I
Yeah.
I have to agree with Ann on that though when he spoiled his take. I just think there's a lot of hype around this division. I went through the schedule. You guys got a tough ass schedule this year, so it's not like you're going to be overwhelmingly.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
You're not going to be like the NFC East of last year where you're just beating up on bad teams, so everyone's above 500. You know what I mean? Like you guys have a tougher schedule, and then the AFC North, they're going to look so much better just because they're not playing anybody.
Exactly.
So I guess it depends on how you look at it. You guys might be, but this isn't the season to prove it because you
Yeah.
guys there's gonna be a lot of losses in that division this year.
Yeah, I only think one team from the AFC East makes the playoffs this year, and it has to do with the schedule. It's just, of course, we're going to beat up on each other, and then you have the non divisional matchups that are tough. So,
Bro, y'all both said y'all both talking crazy. We gonna get into that. Y'all talking crazy though, because I think you guys are sleeping. I think you're sleeping.
Nah, I think I'm being more realistic now the more I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, but
Keep going.
yeah.
Keep going.
All right. Last question. With the Patriots obviously being the 4 seed in this division, what are you most excited about going into the season, being a Patriots fan?
as a fan, I'm excited to see what Mac does under Bill O'Brien. I thought he looked good as a rookie.
He did.
He was looked promising in my eyes. And of course, we all know last year the Patriots. I don't know what Bill and the organization was just thinking, having Patricia and Joe Judge come in as co-offensive coordinators, but I think that definitely hurt him last year. So just excited to see what our offense would look like, with Bill O'Brien calling the plays. I think we'll be, obviously we're not going to be like a top 5, top 10 offense or anything like that, but as long as we could stay like maybe in the middle of the pack, our defense is going to be top 5, top 10. So I'm just excited to see what we can do. It would have been nice to get D Hop. I was a little disappointed we wouldn't pay him what he wanted. I guess they didn't see eye to eye really with the contract. We were a little off of what he wanted. But yeah, it would have been nice to see him. But I think getting Juju, he's okay. He's not a number one. But Juju and Jaceki coming in on the offense, and then of course our run game's good with Stevenson. So I think we'll be a lot more improved on offense. So I'm excited to see us actually put up more points and our games not be as boring on the offensive side.
For sure. I mean, I think your offense is definitely going to improve just by by improving addition by subtraction is what I'm trying to say. Just by getting rid of Patricia calling plays, you guys are automatically better. Like you're automatically have a better offense.
If we had Bill O'Brien last year, we would have won at least 1 or 2 more games, and we would have been a playoff team.
Easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm glad you keep talking about Mac Jones' rookie year though, because I'm pretty sure I have a bet with Anthony about he thinks Kenny Pickett this year is going to put up better numbers than what Mac Jones put up his rookie year. How do you feel about that?
If you look at it, he didn't throw as many touchdowns, and he threw up yards. That's all he threw up, in my opinion. He threw up yards.
The 67% completion percentage is crazy.
But let's just say this. I don't think he'll beat him percentage, but just look at the weapons around. And if they have to open up the playbook just to stay relevant and competitive with the AFC North, I think he'll have to do way more than what Mac Jones had to do as a game manager his rookie year. Because Mac Jones wasn't pushing the ball.
Pickett is going to be better this season. I kind of somewhat agree. And then also their schedule is going to factor into it. I think a lot of, his numbers are going to look better just based off of who they play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Pickett will have a decent season. So I would agree. He'll have a similar season to Max, or probably even better.
Keep coming on, Kai.
Can't Can't
Come
call
on,
you
It
guys.
all just
You
it
guys
all
seem
just
to.
depends on their offensive line for the Steelers because he,
Yeah.
like you said, he has the weapons.
Yeah.
by far, yeah.
Running, Najee and then Pickens is a beast.
Deontay,
Deontay
yeah.
Johnson. Pat Fryermuth's probably a top 10 tight end at this point.
I mean, we can keep going.
and they
No, it
got
really does
Darnell.
come.
I don't know how much he's gonna play, but
Yeah, it really
Darnell
does come
Washington's
down.
a
Yeah,
beast too.
comes down to that offensive line, and then it also comes down to how much they're actually gonna rely on Kenny Pickett to do anything. Like, how much trust do they have in him to let him run the offense?
I
Because
mean,
I'm telling you what, you're talking about that the schedule is going to play in effect. I think the schedule is too, but I think that Steelers defense isn't going to be giving up more than 17 points a game, which means Kenny Pickett's not going to be in shootouts. He's not going to have to blow teams out of the water. I don't think his numbers are going to be crazy.
well, the thing is,
I think Tomlin's going to keep him on a tight leash and just exactly what you said with Mac Jones, be a game manager. Just don't lose us these games.
That's
I mean,
true too.
but even so, like, I just see like everything he has in front of him. Just, I mean, no offense to the Patriots, just way better. I mean, the defenses are probably the same, but if he can't succeed this year, then they're starting to like question, like, hey, this guy's not progressing.
I
So
agree
that's
because
why,
this isn't a Zach Wilson situation where like get the weapons around him and see what he can do. He has the
yeah,
weapons there.
it
It's
has
just,
to like click.
can he do something?
Yeah.
All right. I would agree with you though. I'm definitely excited for your guys' offense this year. All right. Well, let's get into the meat of the episode. Let's get into these AFC East predictions. Let's start with the fourth place teams. I think we all are gonna round this out nice and neat. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you Patriots. I got them going 6-11, and then I'm gonna just lob that over to
Ew.
Kai and let him tell
Well,
me what his record is and why he thinks they're gonna be better than that. 'Cause I know he don't got them that low.
I don't have us that low, but I'm literally just one game off. I got us at 7-10.
Okay, so I wasn't hating too much.
Yeah. So yeah, your future bet, it was, I didn't know they had us at 8.5. Last time I checked, I saw us at 7.5. But
no, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I see us at 7-10, maybe 8-9. For me, it's honestly just the schedule.
Yep.
Like I said, I think we're gonna improve on offense. Still have a stout defense. It's just who we're matching up with it's just gonna be hard to win some of these games. So yeah, that's why I have us at 7
And
and 10.
I guarantee I know the difference in our schedule too, because I got them at 6-11. You got them at 7-10. I bet you checked the Commanders off as a W.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked them off as a motherfucking L. So that's the game right there.
Damn.
Oh shit. What about you, Ant? What you got them at?
I guess you were right because I looked at it. Yes, I looked at it on Monday and it was 8.5, and the under was juiced. Now it keeps going down. Now it actually is 7.5. So all right. Well, then I'll have them over. I actually have. I mean, I might as well just explain it now. I have this as like the division of hype, but the more we break it down, I think this is the division of like a runaway train and then just like three very close teams. So people were shitting on the Patriots like they're bad. And I was reading into it, like last year you guys were expected as like the 29th offense when it came to like expected yards in efficient
EPA. Yep.
or whatever. Yeah. Just Bill O'Brien's, I mean, in my opinion, like he might not be a head coach in this league, but he's a fucking good ass offensive coordinator.
Bro.
And I'm not saying you guys are like extremely talented on offense, but there's no way you guys are finishing 29th in offense this year. That's mind blowing to me. I see you guys maybe
No
like
way.
20th, maybe a little under, a little more.
I would say at least between like the 15 and 18.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was gonna say that, but I was expecting to get cooked. But
not right in the
that
middle of the pack.
Kai actually is more realistic. Yeah, have you guys a top 20 offense? And I'm in love with your running back, and it's not like your offensive line's bad. So, I mean, the way I wrote it down is this team's not gonna be as bad as people think. Obviously, as a unit, they should be better. And I mean, I can't see you guys. 6 wins is too low. That's fucking crazy. If you're 6 wins, you're borderline. Like, I hate to say this, if you're saying they're 6 wins, Donovan, you're borderline saying they're a bottom 5 team in the NFL.
So,
or even a bottom 3 potentially.
No, they're not going to be. There's a lot of teams that are worse than that.
Well, I have them at 8.
So here's my reasoning, right? I got them. I split the divisions 3-3, so I only got them winning three games outside the division. They're gonna lose to the Eagles and to Dallas and to Washington. They're gonna beat the Giants. Then they also, if I'm not mistaken, play the AFC West. They're gonna lose 3 out of those. They're gonna beat the Raiders. I have them beating the Steelers at the end of the season, and I have them beating the Colts. So wait, no, I lied. That's 4. I have them at 7-10. I have them just like I did, 7-10.
Wait, you
What's up,
can't see me.
Jess?
Hi, Kai. Hi.
What's up?
You got your 5 seconds of fame.
Hello. No, I have them at 7 or 8 wins. And the reason why I have them splitting with everyone but the Bills.
6 and 7. You haven't split with everybody.
Yeah, our divisional record, I have us at 2-4.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Yeah, 2 and 4.
2 and 4. So you guys haven't. So you also haven't beaten the Commanders, or do you haven't beaten the Broncos?
I haven't beaten the Broncos.
You haven't beaten the Broncos.
I'm not sold just yet. I could be completely off on that.
I'm very interested to see what because Sean Payton said that they're playing.
They're either gonna be really, really good or really, really bad again.
The Broncos, yeah. I don't think there's an in between this year.
I know. No, but I lied. More I looked at their roster because there's like 2 games I didn't really harp on. I would say I'm giving them 8, but they could easily be 7.
You talking about the Patriots?
Patriots, yeah.
I have them anywhere between 6 and 8. I don't have them over 8, which
Yeah,
I was super excited.
No, yeah,
I was super excited about the over being 8.5, but now I know it's 7.5. They could sneak 8.
Well, it bumped down. Yeah, I have them.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the 7.5. I wouldn't mess with that.
No, I'm not.
You're flirting with it's 1 win.
So for those of you that locked that in before listening to the whole episode, joke's on you. I'm switching it. I'm gonna go into my next team, and we're gonna go ahead and take the Jets over. They are at what 9 wins right now?
9.5.
9.5. We're jumping from 4th to 1st. I have the Jets winning this division. And it's as much as it's the Bengals division or the Bengals.
You need to stop
Bills,
watching Hard Knocks, bro. Don't be biased.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it yet.
It's gonna get worse once you watch it.
Oh, is it?
It's awesome.
I am just very excited about the Jets' schedule. They get the 4 seed, man. They play the likes of nobodies. They get the Texans and the Falcons. They still get the Raiders. And they had one more game that I was the Bucks. Texans, Falcons, and Bucks. That's 3 straight dubs off rip outside of the division games that no one else in this division gets the luxury of playing.
Okay.
That's a bonus 3 wins for them. I split the divisions down 50-50. So straight off the top. But it's just super. Their schedule is just nicer. It's just easier. They're gonna breeze through this. 11-6, man. I even thought it was too much, so I tried to take it away. But realistically, there's just no shot. Listen to this the way they end the season. So they go Falcons December 3rd, Texans December 10th, Dolphins the 17th, the Commanders the 24th, and the Browns the 28th. Like they end this with 4 out of 5 very winnable games. So even if you like their under, by the time you're like, oh yeah, I took their under and they're what, 5-5 with a couple games left. Then you look at the back half of this, they're winning 4 out of 5 at the end of the season. So as long as they don't start out dumb slow, their over should cash.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna keep it PG. I don't know what crack you're smoking, but looking at their schedule, they're easily could start 0-2. Going into a divisional game in their 3rd game at home, playing the Patriots. I mean, I don't think it's easy. Then they play the Chiefs, and then if the Broncos are good, and then the Eagles, they could easily be.
So now we're doing this. If they're good, do you expect the Broncos to be good?
I mean, I don't. But then if you want to do that, then they're 2-4. Like I don't think people realize like the Jets opening schedule is.
No, I see it.
Dumb hard.
They open against the Bills and then.
And let's say this, and I think
they're
like
1-1 in that, in my opinion. They beat the Patriots. Now they're 2-1.
I'll break down the Jets for you.
Broncos 3-2, Eagles 3-3, Giants 4-3, Chargers 4-4, Raiders 5-4, Bills. I'm splitting.
Sure.
But see,
I don't have them splitting, but keep going.
6-4, Dolphins. They're at home.
You
so
would split it.
7-4. Yeah, they'll lose the next game. 7-4. Falcons 8-4. Texans 9-4. Dolphins 9-5. Commanders and Browns are wins, bro. Like
I think you're giving them a little too much credit. I
I'm
think the regular
The,
season's
the only games we really are disagreeing on right now. You have them losing to Dallas.
nah. It's a big. I think the regular season it's a big season momentum. So when you get on these streaks, I mean, any winnable game could get very competitive. Like you start the season 0-2, the Patriots ain't no cakewalk.
Hey, I got a question for you.
They lose to the Chiefs.
The Patriots aren't no cakewalk. You're right. They're not.
That's divisional. They lose to the Chiefs. That's 1-3. Let's say in theory,
Hold on, we're counting the Patriots the dub. The Bills got to go into the Meadowland and play against the Jets. And we're not going to sit here and act like if Zach Wilson wasn't the worst quarterback in NFL history last year, the Jets are a 11-12 win team.
I get.
But Buddy threw 5 picks against the fucking Patriots last year. Like he was ass-tastic. The Jets defense didn't get worse, and their offense is 4 times better.
Well, let's say this. I don't know if you looked at I looked at multiple websites saying you're gonna give me shit about the Pro Football Talk or whatever, but you know the Patriots. I mean, not the Patriots. You know the Jets are a bottom third, not even a bottom third. They're a bottom 5 or 6 offensive line this year. So, in my opinion, I think
this year or last year, because last
year
they're going into okay, but that's probably based off of last year when they were missing Mekhi Becton and their tackle.
Well, if you want to go Mekhi Becton, well, they're starting Dwayne Brown, who's 38 years old, and they have Mekhi Becton, who's played in less than 800 snaps in 3 seasons.
He's hurt. He's been hurt.
So you're telling me with their offensive line being ranked 26 this year, 23 on some websites, man, people expect Aaron Rodgers to be Aaron Rodgers. I agree, but you better hope it clicks in one. It's like an overnight session. The dude came in halfway through the summer, and you're praying that it clicks. And in most cases, things don't click. It takes a season.
I agree. It does take a season, but
nah,
I don't
have them 9 wins max. And then for you to say they're gonna jump what happened to the Bills?
What do you mean what happened to the Bills? The Bills are the Bills. The Bills can't run the ball, and they're going up against arguably the best pass defense in the NFL.
So are they just not going to win games outside of the Jets?
Who?
The Bills.
No, the Bills are going to be the Bills, but I'm saying don't chalk up the Bills as a straight up L just because they're the Bills. Like the Bills offense is completely one-dimensional, and the Jets defense is ready. Bro, last year they were in these games with Zach Wilson at quarterback.
Oh, I get it.
Mike White at quarterback.
But I get it.
But Joe Flacco at quarterback.
A lot of these teams who played well last year, in my opinion, overachieved. And I think people are going to see that pretty fast with this Jets team. This Jets team's pretty hyped, and it's crazy hyped.
I think this Jets team is crazy hyped for good reason, though. If they had anybody other than Zach Wilson last year, they are a playoff team, and we're talking about the Jets. And Salah's a top 8 head coach at this point if they would have made the playoffs last year.
Oh, I agree.
If Zach Wilson was an ass.
So I agree. I just don't. You're praying it clicks. You're playing it clicks fast.
I'm not praying for anything. I just hope Aaron Rodgers is better than Zach Wilson, and in that case, this team wins 4 more games than they did last year. That's all I'm saying.
Let's just say this. I'll give you some inside information. So today, today was actually the first Panthers joint practice with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying at one point there was multiple consecutive streaks of passes that Aaron Rodgers couldn't get off passes because he was being instantly sacked. And the thing is
and your pass rush is ass.
I wouldn't say all that because there's some guys I'm big hyped on this year. They're saying
that you were big hyped on Brian Burns last year. What he ended up doing?
He was a Pro Bowler.
What did he end up doing? Everyone was a Pro Bowler last year. Don't do that.
I think Brian Burns
didn't the Ravens backup quarterback? Wasn't he a Pro Bowler last year?
I think I'm biased, but I think Brian Burns, in my opinion, might be a top 6 or 7 DN. Maybe
you're
top 5.
You're biased. You're biased.
He's about to get paid out of the ass this year.
He's off the top, not even looking. He's not even close.
What?
You heard me.
Hold on. So last
you got the Bosa brothers, Watt, Myles Garrett, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Hold on. So last year he played 2022 total
that's
tackles
5 already.
Hold on, total tackles. All right, so he's top 10. He had 63, 12.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble.
Yeah, 12.5. That's a good number. That's a good number.
For a shit-ass defense, and you can double team him all day. I mean,
he's not top 5 though. Like I said, I just named 5 off the strength of nothing.
If my prediction of us being a top 10 defense, just based off credentials, and it's all if Frankie Louie actually plays really well, I think Brian Burns is gonna be a monster share, dumb monster. But anyways,
Yeah, let's not get off topic here.
I'm just letting you know that the Dolphins, like I thought the Bills' offensive line was really bad, but compared to the Dolphins and the Jets, it's like lights and day like ahead of how bad their offensive line are. And Mr. Two was one away from being another concussion, another sack. And I'm telling you right now, man, that offensive line is fucking god. It got worse. It didn't even get better. It got worse. And you guys are sipping that juice, bro.
I'm not sipping anything, bro. It's just their strength of schedule is just easier. I don't know how to explain it. They got blessed.
I agree. I mean, like I have them at 9. They could easily be 10, but I have them.
Oh
at 9
my 11 could easily be 10. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I have them at 9
like,
though. I have them at
I
9.
don't think they go higher than 12. Like I think I'm like you're saying I'm sipping their juice. I'm right at their ceiling. I think their ceiling this year is 12 wins. I'm right at their ceiling. Like
so here's my thing is like I'm so confused. Like, dude, the Bills could easily start 2, 4, 6. They could easily start 8-0. They could be the first 8-0 team. Like they'll be the hottest record.
Bro, no, they're not. Stop it.
So who out of the first 8 games?
They're 2-1.
No, out of the first after the first 8 games,
2-1. They're not.
Stop. Yeah, because you're being unrealistic. Out of the first 8 games, who's beating?
All right, hold on. Let me look. So again, if you want to count the Jets as a dub, you can do that just for the sake of the argument, but don't sleep on the Jets.
All right, I'm saying you split it. Let's say even if we split it, but let's say if you give them that first one and they win, there's not a team in the first 8 games that's going to stop them. I have them split it. Let's say
you're just running through the division games like they don't matter. Yes, well, they could. But okay, so let's go after that, right? Because you're talking about
the Jags. The Jags, but it's an international series, so is that overseas?
The Jags win in London all the time. If it's in London, the Jags are winning. I don't think Jacksonville's lost in London.
So let's just say this. The only reason why I'm hyped on the Bills, because I think when I looked at it, there's only 2 games they're underdogs. And there's
right. But here's mine. So
in Vegas.
You're giving them the Dolphins and the Jets wins off rip, right?
Okay.
So you want to have them starting like that. Let's listen to how they end the season, though.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that. But
the Broncos, the Jets, the Eagles, the Chiefs, Dallas, the Chargers, the Patriots, and the Dolphins. They could easily start 8-0 and lose 7 straight at the end of the year.
But Donna, a wrecking ball of an 8-win team, 8-0 team going against these fucking teams. You're telling me that they're just not going to have a little more momentum than most of these teams?
Are we just going to act like we haven't watched 11-0 teams not win a game the rest of the season? Do we not remember what happened to the Steelers? Do we not remember what happened to the Cardinals? Once they get figured out, they got what is that?
Donna, was that 2 teams out of like the last 100 seasons? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The 2 most recent teams we watched that were the last undefeated teams folded bad at the end of the season because their strength of competition got tougher.
Yeah, but you're acting like this Bills team ain't a top 5 team in the NFL.
No, I think they are.
This ain't no overachieving shit. Like this isn't like
this isn't overachieving. And if you have
this ain't the Commanders or the Panthers.
What's the record you have the Bills at? What's the record?
I had them at. So this is just me blindly. I had them at 12 because in the last 3 seasons they haven't been under 10. But the more I look at it, I mean, shit, this could be fucking. Here, you want my honest assessment? Your
honest assessment.
I have them at 8. Let's say I'm big on the Bengals, and it's in Cincinnati. I have them at 8-1, 9-1, 10-1.
So you have them sweeping the Jets.
I have them sweeping the division. I'm not a fan. I'm not a believer of anyone in this division this year. I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna tell you right now that is the difference in our schedule, in our rankings.
Well, let's just say
they're not sweeping this division.
Let's say this. All right, let's say they go 4-2 in the division. Okay, I have them sweeping the Patriots. I'm sure Kai can somewhat believe it or not believe it, and then I have them going 1-1 with the Bills and Jets. You want to go that way? That's realistic.
All right, so start them at 4-2 and don't count division games.
Where are you getting 4-2? Why wouldn't they be?
That's the division games.
But I'm giving them.
Yeah, no, they're 4-2 right now, and then they're playing the Raiders.
Let's say this. I split if they're at home against the Bills or the Jets, I'll give them a win. If they're away, I'll give them a loss. How about that?
Just start them at 4-2.
So I'll have them at 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, 9-3, 9-4, 10-4, 11-4, 12-4, 12-5. There's my 12 wins.
Yeah, my fault, fellas.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, we were just arguing until you figured out what you needed to figure out.
But Donna, that's 12 wins, bro.
So okay, then that's fine. That's fine. But Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I don't have what I have them. You had them beating the Chargers. I
I
don't.
do. I think what's his face gets fired halfway through the season.
Lombardi.
Not what's his
Not Lombardi. Stanley. Joe Staley.
Yeah, he's fired halfway through the season. I saw some report yesterday. It said like he's the dumbest coach in the NFL. They have all the talent in the world, and they have to win, or he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I just don't see it. I think that Chargers offense is gonna go crazy behind Kellen Moore, and the more I'm looking into what he runs with Justin Herbert's arm and the weapons they have out there, that offense is just gonna be absolutely dynamite this year.
No,
Let me
listen,
jump
like-
back in real quick.
Yeah,
You said what?
So let me jump back in
Yeah,
real quick.
jump in.
Bring-
We're arguing
bring it on,
Bills,
Kyle.
Bills Jets. Argue it because we got division
So-
winners.
hold on. Let's say this. Let's say it before you jump in, Kai. So we're saying it's Patriots, Dolphins, and we're just arguing the top two teams. Is
Yeah.
that what we're doing? Or do you have the Dolphins
Do
over
you have the
Bills?
Dolphins over the Bills?
No, I don't. So here, I'll just go through my list right now
Yeah,
for the
all right.
1 through 4. So I have the Jets at 11-6. I agree with Donovan with that. So the Jets, I think they're going to have a top 5, top 3 defense, which their
Again.
defense was, beastly last season. Having Rodgers is just going to help the defense anyway. He's not going to be throwing stupid throwing interceptions like Wilson, Mike White were last year. He's actually going to keep the defense fresh, and I just think that just helps the defense. The defense overall. Even if Aaron is average, he doesn't even need to be like MVP Aaron for them to win the division, in my opinion. So I got them number 1. I have the Bills at 10-7. I have them going 3-3 in the division. I'm not really sold on the Bills. I was kind of debating putting the Dolphins over them at 2, to be honest.
I was never.
Obviously they have one of the better quarterbacks with Josh Allen, but they have no run game. I don't trust James Cook. I mean, they got Damian Harris from us. He'll be like their goal line back, but they don't have a second receiver. I don't trust Gabe Vincent after, Stephon Diggs. Their defense will be nice, but I think Tremaine Edmonds was a huge loss for them. Their safeties are getting older. I think Poyer, I believe he's the older safety. He's nice, but he's getting older too. They do have a good offensive line, so they'll be able to protect Allen. It's just who's going to step up as a weapon for him. Of course, Diggs will do his thing. I think Dalton Kincaid will be huge for them this season, the rookie from Utah.
Oh, yeah.
And then third, I have the Dolphins at 9-8. For me, the Dolphins is going to come down to Tua's health. I could see them actually finishing second in the division if he stays healthy. And there was like a 4 or 5 game period last season where Tua was
MVP.
He was looking like a top 5 quarterback in the league, to be honest. If he could, play like that the whole season and not get injured and stuff like that, I could actually see them winning the division. But I have them 3-8 right now, and going 3-3 in the division. And of course, like I said earlier, the Patriots at 7-10 with a 2-4 divisional record. And I have the Jets at 4-2 in the division, and the Bills at 3-3 in the division.
Yeah. So all I'm hearing from the guy who picked every team right in his last year, I'm right with him. I got 11-6, 10-7, 9-8, but I had 6-11 for the Patriots instead of 7-10. But I might have overstepped my bounds on that. But Kai, what you missed and what we're gonna have you jump into in the middle of this argument is
Hold on,
Bills-
time out. Before you do that, Donna, because now you're being a little bit of a hypocrite. You're saying
you
this is the AFC West of last year, and the way I'm picturing these teams is I'm having like the Broncos. I'm having like deja vu with you're having Russell. You're having Russell Wilson come into like Denver with all these super weapons, right? And that's how I picture Aaron Rodgers, right?
if you're calling the Jets the Broncos and that
Time
happens,
out. I'm saying it's a little better, but I think it's borderline the same thing. I think they were a disaster.
I would
think
agree.
they were a disaster. Then you have the Dolphins, who, in my opinion, are literally
Raiders.
the Raiders with all these shiny new weapons.
Yep.
And people shitting on the fucking Chiefs because Tyreek left and this and that. But it's the same. Like, they don't have a run game. And I think the Bills have a top 5 defense this year. They had Tre'Davious White or whatever. He missed like majority of the season.
He's missed the majority of the last 2 seasons, so he hasn't been healthy in a while.
Well,
I'm not relying on Tre'Davious White to play.
I'm just saying you give a healthy one, like it's like, I mean, it's like in days
healthy,
better.
he's a top 5 corner,
But,
probably.
And it's hard to win in Buffalo, same with Kansas City, but I just don't see how this team got worse and they always prevail over this division. It's literally, it's the identical. You hit around the head. They're the identical image of each other.
I now understand how accurate I was when I called them the AFC West this year, but I meant it as far as like like what people are expecting, right? Because I'm being very generous to them, just like I was the AFC West last year in the predictions. I'm being very generous.
And what happened?
Teams. But the difference is the Jets don't have Nathaniel Hackett as their head coach. He's their offensive coordinator. Robert Saleh is not going for none of that shit.
You think he's calling any offensive bullshit?
No, but I think he knows how to use his timeouts.
Oh, he's not going to be calling the plays. Rodgers is going to call the plays.
Facts, bro. That's
no. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
But again, and here's my other thing. It's different. Russell Wilson looked like ass because he had never played in a system outside of Pete Carroll's, and it was just a completely new thing. This is Aaron Rodgers' old coach. Like, this is an offense he's very familiar with. He won MVPs with this guy. Like, and he's got arguably a better receiver room. Nah, that's cap. But he's got a way better defense than he's ever had.
Sure.
So,
and that's what Nathaniel Hackett shit. That's whack. That's not even. See, I don't understand this argument because Matt LaFleur or whatever was the guy who was in his head calling plays. There's nothing Nathaniel Hackett. And Nathaniel Hackett's just his ass buddy that like said that's his yes man. He literally says like good. Like if you even watch Hard Knocks, he's like, yeah, good job, man.
He was his quarterback. He was his quarterback's coach in Green Bay. He wasn't his coordinator. He was his quarterback coach. I know.
I still don't think Nathaniel Hackett's even good.
I don't think he needs to be. I don't think there's any pressure on them. I mean, truthfully,
I think there's more pressure than I think there's more pressure for the Jets to win because all of a sudden they're good than
if they end up like the
Packers.
Broncos. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't surprise me, but I wouldn't like. I've seen it with the Broncos. So if the Jets end up like that, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god. But I'm not gonna base my shit off of the fact that this is what it looks like.
I mean,
I'm just not.
Let's say this between the two teams.
You think the Dolphins are going to end up like the Raiders with the record? Are you talking about record wise, right? So you think these guys are going to fall on their face? There's no way.
Let's say probability wise, who do you think has more risk or more validity to do worse? It's not the Bills. That's why I don't like. It's
so you're
like the Bills. Like, listen to me. The Bills' worst season this year is 10 wins.
Yeah, that's where I have
the Jets and the Dolphins' worst season record this year could be well below 10. Yeah, 7, exactly. So like. I believe in the safer option.
So I agree. So here's what you're doing. Yeah. You're taking the Bills around their ceiling,
or no, just their average. I'm taking their floor.
And no, you're not. The floor is 10. You just said that. You're
10,
taking
11. Okay.
You're taking the Bills at damn near their ceiling because their ceiling is probably what 12, 13.
I'll say 13, 14.
No way.
Ridiculous.
Well, I would say. I mean,
okay. So anyway,
13's. I mean,
just listen to me. You're taking the Bills at their ceiling. But you're also taking the Jets and the Dolphins at their floor. I am taking the Jets at their ceiling, and I'm taking the Bills at their floor. I said that to start it off.
Okay.
I think I'm putting the Jets as this is the best they will do. I don't think the Jets, any shot in hell, they win over 12 games. And I had them at 11. I don't think there's a way in hell they win over 12. I'm thinking damn near is the best they could do this year. Realistically, they're probably between a 9 and a 10. I had them at 11 because that's those. I just trust it. I don't know what it is. I trust it. I think it's going to work. Truthfully, if Breece Hall gets healthy anywhere before week 3, I'm happy.
I mean, I'm pretty high on James Cook, so it's like
I'm not high on James Cook. And it doesn't matter. I'm not high on anybody they have in that offense.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, like
Josh Allen is going to have 400 yards of total offense every game for them to win games. And how much longer can he do that?
I mean, you could say that about a lot of
a lot of the quarterbacks that upper echelon that he's in don't put their body in harm's way the way he does it.
Let's just say this:
to end up getting hurt.
So obviously, it's the whole Carolina coaching staff is Buffalo. I mean, obviously that's just how it is. But I'm like, it's fucked up to say this. I have him as like a better like white version of Cam, and you're gonna have one of these MVP years from Josh Allen, and then you're gonna see the decline. And I personally think it's gonna be this year. I think you see a big, massive year from Josh Allen. It's now or never. Like you're telling me.
Yeah, this has to be his MVP season.
Because if not, because it literally wears down on his body. the shit he's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty high on the Bills this year. Very high on them. I think Kincaid is a big piece. And if you watch any of the beat writers for the Bills, you're seeing James Cook break. They say he breaks a 70-yard touchdown every play or every day. So I'm just like, I'm big on a lot of these guys.
I'm not big on that at all.
I would take King over Dawson Knox. I hope
All
he's
day long. Yeah.
So I know your segment's fantasy related, and I think he killed it with the Nick Chubb shit. Fantasy sleeper. I think everybody's buying into this kid Cade height, and they're forgetting that Dawson Knox had 8 or 9 touchdowns 2 years ago when he was healthy. Like that
Yeah, but
motherfucker's
he's not even my tight end sleeper. My tight end sleeper is the dude from the Lions, Laporta.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
But,
my
but
tight end
Laporta's going like round 10. Like I'm saying, you can get Dawson Knox right now in mock drafts. Right now, I'm doing 12-man PPR.
Yeah,
He's going in like 13 or 14. Like damn near end of the draft. Like
but Donna,
last pick.
The thing is, like, I think Kincaid could be more even like a wideout because they're saying like he's out more. Like I could see him getting 1,000 yards, and Dawson Knox getting
year, bro. Well, who's the last rookie tight end? Go before Kyle Pitts. No one has put up 1,000 yards as a rookie. He's not Kyle Pitts. He's not that kind of talent.
Oh, whoa. Dalton Kincaid's fucking awesome.
He's not Kyle Pitts, bro.
I'm not saying he's Kyle Pitts, but listen to me. I mean, Kai hit it right on the head. Are you depending on Gabe Davis as your production behind Stephon Diggs?
In the games I need him, yeah.
Fuck out. Yo, you
bro,
Gabe
Davis is going to have 500 yards and 6 touchdowns, and they're going to be in 2 games. We know
this out. Let's just break down from like a mathematical equation. How many games are in the regular season that they play
17.
without a bye? And divide that out of 1,000. And you're telling me Dalton Kincaid can't get fucking 58 yards a game. You're high as a kite.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying he won't.
Kai, you think he has any shot at getting 1,000 yards? 58 yards.
I feel like
that sounds good when you word it like that.
800.
Yeah, I'm right there around that. I'm like 7. I'll go right in. I'm at 750. 750 and 4 touchdowns.
It just depends on how they use him, though. I could potentially see it, but if I had to say right now, I'll say 700 to 800.
Are we just assuming Dawson Knox isn't playing this year? Is that what we're assuming?
Well, it's not that. It's more of a. I could see them doing like 2 tight ends. And
right,
like,
and I think Dawson Knox has a relationship, and
they're pretty much saying like Dawson Knox is like the way better blocker. They're not using Kincaid as a blocker whatsoever
because he can't. But
that's the point. So it's like maybe. But yeah, I have it at 12, 9, 9, and 8. And obviously the Dolphins and the Jets could be a little higher.
You want to put money on that there's not a 3-game difference between the Bills and the Jets?
I'll give you 2-1 odds that the Bills win the division. Not this 3-game bullshit. I'll give you
Take that, Donovan.
Yeah, 2-1 odds.
No, I have it
50 to a hundo.
I have a difference to a game though.
50 to a hundo.
We could do that. Put it in the bets. We could do that.
Yes.
And add Johnny to mine, the Jahan versus JSN, because we didn't put that in that bets. The future bets.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't even really know. It's a different topic. I bet my buddy $100. 3 out of the 3 categories: receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I have Scary Terry over Dotson this year. Tell me
over Jahan Dotson?
Yeah.
You're winning yards and receptions. Dotson's gonna have way more touchdowns.
Okay, so I actually thought it was a different. I thought it'd be receptions by far, and then I thought touchdowns. I'd give it more Terry, and I'd give him more yards because he's like the.
No. Terry hasn't had a season over 6 touchdowns his entire career. Jahan had 7 last year and missed 6 games.
I give him that, but yeah, that's what. Yeah,
John's gonna get the touchdowns. He's so shifty in the red zone. He just breaks motherfuckers off. But Terry's gonna get the catches in the yards. There's no way around that. I get whoever you made that bet with though. I understand it because the only person Sam Howell had any relationship with last year was Jahan Dotson. Because when Jahan came in, they were both on the rookies, so thrown on the rookie OTAs, and then when Sam was getting reps in, he was throwing to the likes of the Jahan. Terry wasn't out there. Terry was fighting with this fucking contract situation. So he hadn't thrown with Terry much. Yeah, so I get it, but Terry's our number 1, bro. There's no way around it.
Yeah,
Jahan will break 1,000 yards this year though. Don't get it twisted.
without a doubt.
Okay.
I'm more like mathematically like 1,000 yards ain't shit to me. It's same with like running backs and wideouts. Like it's if you ain't 1,000 yard anything, like I don't understand how like in your starter you shouldn't be
As a number 2 though.
I
Like
mean,
your number 1 should have 1,000 yards, but as your number, I know it's facts because Terry McLaurin has 1,000 yards and he's catching balls from Taylor fucking Heineke.
That's what I'm saying. If it's concentrated targets, like if you're the majority of the market share, like I mean I'm using all these terms, but like if you're 30% of the offensive passing attempts, you should be fucking getting 1,000 yards. It's
like I don't think there's a single Patriots here that'll break 1,000 ever. But
damn.
All right. Anyway, so that's what we got this week as far as the record. That was actually more interesting than I thought. I thought everyone was gonna ride.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to fucking go that hard on the Jets, but I get it.
Bro, their schedule, it's just the schedule, bro. It is what it is. I can't break it down to you any easier than that. All right, Kai. So the last couple episodes we've been doing this. Oh shit. I almost skipped one. We're gonna go ahead and rank these offenses and defenses. Top to bottom. Who's got the best offense to the worst offense? Who has the best defense to the worst defense?
So this is gonna get interesting because like I'm saying like individual talent's different than the actual offense itself.
So do you guys want to go off offensive talent or statistical? Like who's gonna have a statistically better offense?
Like a statistically better
I did mine off stats.
Stats? All
Okay.
right, cool.
See?
Yep.
Because I'm sure you guys can agree that because there's some offense I think might be a little better, but the other
the
team
Dolphins'
has way
offense
better.
Statistically is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
You want me to start?
Yeah, start, Kai.
All right, I'll start with defense. Defense, I have the Jets first.
Yep.
Then the Patriots, then the Bills, and then the Dolphins.
Is that because Ramsey's gonna miss however long? If Ramsey was healthy, would that have changed it all or no?
I was tempted to put them over the Bills, but the Bills' defense is tough. But I just think losing Tremaine Edmonds is going to be a big loss for them. And their safeties, in my opinion, isn't as stout as they were a couple of years ago just because they're getting older. So I was tempted to put the Dolphins over the Bills in that 3-4 spot, but I'm going to stick with my guns. Again, I have the Jets, the Patriots, the Bills, and then the Dolphins.
Mine's the same as yours, and the only reason I asked that question was to bring his injury into light. But I have that with or without Ramsey's if he's on the field or not. I don't think the Dolphins have anybody but him and Xavier Howard. I mean, realistically, I just want to make sure I'm not like completely fucking this up. I think hands down it has to be the Jets at 1. I think they are top to bottom just better. I think in this division, when you look at major categories, they have the best defensive line in this division, and they have the best secondary in this division. And at this point, that's all that matters in the NFL. And that's where I'm at. So I will say that I wasn't missing anybody. Oh, Javon Holland. Forgot they got him.
But yeah, defense. I'm telling you, this defense, I have Jets, but it's closer than you think. I have Bills, Dolphins, Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots is last.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I actually think Vic Fangio's defense with the Dolphins, if everyone's healthy, is a good defense this year.
I can't believe you last.
but the thing is like I
can't believe you have their defense last,
but
but you think that you gave them a better record than we did.
No, but what you're kind of giving me is like I think the Patriots still have a top 10 defense. I think all 4 teams are in the top 10 in defense.
That's what I was gonna say. All 4 defenses.
See, that's what you're sleeping on, Donna, because I don't think it's like this in levels. I think, I mean, in all honesty, I'd group them all as like Jets and then everyone else like right beside each other. Like it's not like there were like hit like gigantic differences, but I mean that Dolphins defense is. I mean they were ranked 16th last year, and they added more, and I mean they could easily be top 5, top 6.
The only reason why I probably would agree that we could potentially be last is because I factor in offense too when it comes to defense. Our offense might put our defense in bad positions, and
it goes against the numbers. Yeah,
we have the worst offense in the division, so that could hurt.
Like I said, I go off of pass rush and secondary because, in my opinion, that's all that matters in the NFL today. Is how quick can you get the quarterback and how well can your corners cover. And the Patriots' defense is just talent. There's too much talent. and the best head coach of all time is there, and he's
Donna, I want to hear that
defensive
shit.
mastermind. So
You can't
I'm
even
not-
name it. You can't even name a DN on the Patriots, bro, without looking at your computer right now because you're looking at your computer.
What do you, I don't need to look at my computer to know he's not a DN, but he's a pass rusher. Matthew
No.
Judon, motherfucker.
No,
Like,
let's do.
What do you
All
mean?
right, sure. Or name a second one. Not the obvious one. Name a second one.
I know another one, but I don't know if he's any good.
Oh my god, keep
Is Lawrence Guy any good, Kai?
He's more of a D tackle.
Okay.
He's decent. He's
I
above.
only know him because my friend Dustin, they share a last name.
So I got this for you, Kai, because I almost forgot. Who's this dude that I hear that as long as he stays healthy, because last year he was injured, he could arguably been a first round talent. He's 38th overall, Christian Barmore. And they're saying like this year they expect him to be like light, like head and shoulders above what people think he is.
He's from Bama. He's a defensive tackle. He was a beast at Bama. Of course, they breed good defensive.
Easily. Yeah.
He's gonna be big for us if he can stay healthy. He can get a lot of interior pressure, which obviously helps with freeing up the linebackers on blitzes and Judon doing his thing off the edge. So that'll be big for us.
That's the guy I was asking about. That's the guy I kept reading. Like they were like, they go as far as this big boy, and I'm like, who is this dude? I've never heard of him. And then
he probably would have went higher in the draft. It's just D tackle is not a sexy pick really high in the draft. So
cool. I was just wondering. I knew you would know him.
I forgot the Dolphins had Bradley Chubb too.
Oh, now someone's taking back things, right? Also,
I ain't taking shit back.
Kai, can you admit that I don't want to hear nothing about the skinny fucking Reaper or whatever. Can you admit that the Skins dropped the ball and could have had a better corner in the draft?
Oh yeah, I don't know how they didn't.
Hold on. We're not gonna sit here and act like I didn't want Christian Gonzalez, and then I'm not mad we didn't take
I
Christian
never said you didn't. I just want to make sure, Kai.
Bro, we watched the draft together. Do you know how pissed off I was?
I heard Forbes has been showing off in camp though. So
oh, bro, yeah. But everyone's showing off in camp, and our offense looks like ass.
See, it's crazy. I have so many commander friends, and like I'll see one report one day of the week that says like you guys sucked. Someone broke down a pass and Terry had to rip like his helmet off and come at him. But then the other 4 or 5 days, I see like 20, 25 different clips of Sam Howell throwing like daggers to like McLaren or Scary Terry and fucking John Dotson like all day long. So it's
so
who am I watching? Who's real?
Are those in now? First, you got to realize are that in 11-11 or 7-on-7? And then
it's
you
11-11. I see the offensive line and everything.
It's not indies.
No, it's all offensive linemen.
They're torching in individual workouts.
No, I'm saying it's like offensive linemen, and then it's like guys, dude, and it's your
Bieniemy's literally was it John Klein or JP Finley?
I don't know. I just know that like
Klein's a kiss ass. He says whatever he can to promote Washington.
And the only report
don't follow John Klein.
The report I saw today is like they're bitching about like your OC's intensity or some bullshit. And,
yeah, bro. Eric Bieniemy is getting so mad at this offense that he's literally kicking them off the fucking field.
See, I don't understand that because his report on Friday was
bro. So mind you, Sam Howell is torching. All the clips you're seeing are real. But what I want you to do is look at what we're doing against our first team defense. Because
they never speak of that, and that's what I keep trying to say. And
our first team defense, bro, does not run reps anymore with the offense unless individuals because Sam Howell has no time to throw the ball. Our defensive line is getting to Sam Howell every single play, single play.
So that's the other thing I don't understand because you have your OC.
Our offensive line is going to be a bottom 5 offensive line this year, and it scares me for Washington.
Well, they keep saying the OC keeps saying Sam Howell, the sky's the limit. This kid can make any fucking throw, and I'm just like.
He can, and he's proving it. Like when our offensive line is going against our second team defensive line, like not even the whole second string, but just that defensive line, and he has time, he looks really good.
Yeah.
But
anyways, we're getting off topic, Donna.
It's getting to the point now where Jonathan Allen is telling them they have to double him in practice.
That's bad.
Like one of you can't guard. You both need to guard me so he has time to throw the ball. Like it's terrible. Anyway, I forgot why I brought that up.
Anyways, keep going.
Oh, yeah, we definitely should have took Christian Gonzalez, but Emmanuel Forbes is going nuts. We are happy. He'll have a better year this year. We can put money on that. Emmanuel Forbes will have more takeaways, pass breakups, and tackles than Christian Gonzalez this year.
We'll see.
Eh.
It's
Anyways.
just about volume for us.
I'll take that bet with JC Horn.
No.
He didn't even get to play like all of last year.
He ain't a rookie, bitch.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, I'm right there with Kai defensively, and then offensively, how do you have this going, Kai?
Offensively, I have the Dolphins first, Jets second, Bills third, and then Patriots last.
You had the Jets over the Bills offensively?
Yeah.
I have
told you, I'm not sold on the Bills like that, in my opinion. They have the best quarterback in the division. I take, Josh Allen over Rodgers at this point.
I would take Diggs over Wilson.
I think the difference is Brees Hall because that's about it.
That's what the Jets have better. That's the only thing they have better.
Not tight ends. I don't even know who their tight end is.
Not receivers, not offensive line, not quarterback. I'm putting the Bills over the Jets offensively, but I mean, until they show me they're not going to average 30 points a game, like, I'm taking the Bills offensively.
True. Yeah, I guess you could swap that because the Bills have a way better offensive line too.
Yeah, all way better offensive line and the better quarterback, and they're in the same system. Like, nothing's new to them. Like, vets on the team. The Jets could be, if the talent clicks, like, if Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson click like that, and Brees Hall comes back healthy, and that offensive line doesn't look like ass. Yeah, but that's a lot of ifs. I'm just gonna take what I know.
True.
I'm gonna take the Bills offense.
I wouldn't mind swapping those two teams, but that's how I had it down. So
I ain't mad at you for it. I just needed to make sure I heard it right. What the fuck did I?
Yeah, I have the Dolphins. I could say the Jets, then the Bills. I don't know. It'd be flip flopping, and then the Patriots. Who's the tight end for the Dolphins now? If it's not Gesicki or whatever, is it anyone we know?
I don't know.
You said what?
And I'm not even sold on their running backs. That you have Raheem Mostert, who had like one decent year, and he's like super fast, but that's about it. He's injured.
Didn't the Dolphins just draft that dumbass fast running back?
Yeah, he's super.
And they got Jeff Wilson too, and he was a dog in San Francisco Kyle Shanahan. Everybody is. I get that.
And they sound like they're just they're injured. They're injury prone though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tripping. The Jets tight end is Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah. Yeah, Tyler Conklin ass, bro. He pissed me off so much in fantasy.
Uzomah had he got paid. He had a huge year like 2 years ago, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, with the Bengals, yeah. For sure. I don't know who the fuck. I have to be sleeping under a rock, honestly. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Durham Smythe?
I think he played for Chicago at one point.
That's their number one tight end.
Damn. Yeah, their receivers make up for their offense, and I like.
Oh, for sure.
Too,
bro, when you got Tyreek, Jay Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Braxton Berrios, and Robbie Anderson or Chosen, like, your receivers are lit the fuck out. Like, they don't need a tight end, realistically. But let's get into this. Ant, what'd your offense do? How'd it go?
Oh, I said Dolphins, and then obviously you could flip flop, probably Jets and Bills.
Okay.
And then it's
Patriots. Pats. Right on. Well, let's get into my segment of the week. AFC East fantasy draft all-time players. So this, I was super excited because I thought we were going to have everybody on here. With the three of us, everyone's team's going to be loaded, but there's only going to be one winner, obviously. So, yeah, Kai, the way this works is it's all-time players. They have to have played one snap with any team in your division. One quarterback, one running back, two receivers, a tight end, and then a defensive player.
Yep. What's the random order since we don't have a fourth?
Yeah, let me
So we coming off the top right now?
You and me are.
Nah, they were cooking me so hard, Kai, because like there's players who've played on teams that only play for like a random ass season that you like on their back end. But the kicker is you can take them as their prime years.
Yeah, you get them in their prime. So you don't get them when they played for this team. You just get them in their prime.
So
Okay.
it's like, yeah. So it's like you could pick literally. I mean, there's so many players on the back end of their careers that go touch base in like one team for a year, and but you can have him as this like Mike Vick and the Eagles. We did the NFC East last week, and you can have him as your quarterback in his prime because he played for the Eagles.
Okay.
So I don't know if that helps, but
And you're first. I'm second. Kai gets back to back. God fucking damn it.
my bad. I was texting Eric.
You're good. Let me go
All right.
write this down. Hold on.
I'm gonna be very strategical about this one. You can look shit up; it doesn't matter, but it's up to you guys.
You said I can look shit up?
I don't give a fuck.
You had time to research it. What the fuck am I supposed to look up? Go ahead. Go crazy. I got what I need.
All right, I'll just attack the positions I need to attack.
Yeah, go ahead. Get the first pick.
My first pick's Gronk.
Bro, I'm taking Tom Brady.
You can have them, but the thing about it is wait until you get to that tight end spot.
There's only 3 of us, and I'm not worried about it.
That's cool. There's no tight ends, so have fun with that.
I got the best player to ever play football. I'm cool.
It's cool, but I'll make up.
All right,
everything
bet.
else.
Go ahead, Ant or Kai. Who you got? You got back-to-back picks: quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a defense.
Damn. I guess receiver. He played for us for I think a season or 2, but Randy Moss will be my receiver.
For sure.
Smart man.
Damn. I wasn't expecting this.
It's tough when you're on the spot. When you're in your yeah, for sure.
Quarterback, I'll take. In the prime, I guess you took Brady, so I'm gonna take Rodgers. Or does he didn't technically
He
play.
ain't played a snap, baby. You can't take
Yeah.
Rodgers.
Damn.
Am I letting that go, Ant, or am I sticking to you have to have played a snap?
No, you can do Aaron. I'm cool with
You
it.
can do Aaron?
All right,
I know
I'll
you're
take
cool with it. All right.
We threw him on the spot, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought you guys gave him the notes.
I did, but he probably didn't know what the fuck I was talking about when I said my segment. He probably didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't know I was included in this part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would have been Trent here too. It would have been even crazier.
It'd have been crazier
with
with it'd have been all 5 of us, bro. People would have went, and then it really would have just not dialed into what the fuck everybody
That's
knows.
what I was preparing for.
That's what I was preparing for. So,
because the well would have dried up quick.
yeah. And I know I'm probably just being a jackass and just not remembering shit per usual. But everybody needs a running back right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ricky Williams.
Crash.
Y'all can go ahead and laugh at me later and give me the
It's
real
good. No, it's great. But there were some guys that you'd have been like, whoa.
I had a bunch of running backs at the top of my head because I was expecting a lot, but I didn't ever think of anybody better. But I didn't do research either, Ant. So go ahead and give me what you got next. I fucked this all up.
Hold on. So you guys already both have your quarterbacks,
Yeah.
so I can wait.
Yeah.
Wide receivers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go because I didn't know. I totally forgot about this one. I looked it up. I'm taking Terrell Owens. I didn't know he played for the Bills for one season.
Yeah, I knew that.
And then
I forgot. I'd love to have him.
I'm gonna take a back-to-back wideout. Do I take?
Don't say them out loud because we both still need wide receivers.
I know.
Nah, I'm doing mine without research because I ain't no punk ass bitch.
Fuck you. Nah, you guys
Okay.
cook me too hard.
Bro, you were going crazy.
I'm gonna take.
You gotta go back and look at the first couple divisions, Kai. Ant don't know what the fuck he doing.
Because they caught me off guard with this shit. So I was like, whoa. I'm gonna take God damn it. I'm going to take Tyreek Hill, but there's a guy who I think is a Hall of Famer. I think Tyreek Hill's a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done, so I'll take Tyreek Hill. But there's yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Now it's back to me. I'm gonna go Revis Island.
That's good. Who's number 1 as my defender?
Yeah. Was he?
Yeah.
That makes me feel happy.
He was.
Go ahead, Kai.
Damn. I'm not even like being strategic or anything like that. I'm just making sure like I build my team. But
There's only 3 of us, Kai. I think you'll be fine. If there was 4, it'd be a completely different animal.
I guess just for a defensive player, just to throw out a name, just to pick somebody. There's a few Patriot defensive legends out there. But I'm big, today's NFL's passing, so he's probably not the flashiest, corner, big name wise, but I like Ty Law.
Okay.
He was on my list. There's like 4 Patriots.
Yeah, I could have won a couple defensive ends on the Patriots.
Tackles, linebackers, safeties.
Teddy Bruschi out this bitch.
He was on my list. Ty Law was on my list.
All right. I need a running back, a receiver, and a tight end from you.
No,
Kai.
you picked didn't you pick a
He's got Rodgers, Moss, and Ty Law.
Okay, so you got another one.
So yeah, he's got running back, receiver, and tight end left.
Ooh, running back. Only person I can think of right now. He's a former Jet. Again, he had a pretty few good seasons for the Jets. Curtis Martin.
Okay.
He was on the list too.
I thought for sure
I had him as a Patriot.
When you said Jets, you were going with the dude who played for like 19,000 years.
Hold on, did you pick a running back yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took Ricky Williams.
Oh, then I'll go over all the names that you guys kind of forgot.
Cool.
Kyle's on the spot, but this is more against Donna.
No.
Anyways, Donna, who you picking?
I pride myself in this game, man. But you be cheating, so this shit don't count for you. You're an asshole.
This is the first week I cheated.
You cheated last week too.
Yeah, you're right. I'll tell you, after those bullshit weeks where you guys put me on the spot, it was on.
I'm trying to think of old school receivers. There's gotta be receivers on those Bills teams when they went to 4 straight fucking Super Bowls.
There is. There's a really famous one.
Why the fuck can't I think of his name? Can I look something up real quick? I'm not gonna look that up. I just want to look his name up.
Honey, did Kai already pick both his wideouts?
No, he still has one.
Okay.
Largent.
It's not it, but okay.
Not it. God damn it. I was so excited.
I'm surprised
about
you're not picking it. Anyway, we'll figure it. We'll say it at the end.
I'm gonna go motherfucker. I just gotta make sure this dude played for the Bills. Yeah, so this isn't the receiver I was thinking of for that generation. This dude actually played with Fitzpatrick, but I'm gonna go Stevie Johnson.
I
for the
loved him.
Bills. He was fucking nice, bro.
He pulled his shirt up with the Why So Serious.
Yeah, he was fucking nice. I need you to tell me that receiver though. Back to you, Ant. You have a running back and a defensive player that you need.
I don't have a quarterback.
Oh no, yeah, running back, quarterback, and a defensive player.
But you guys already picked your defensive players, right? So
Yeah,
I'll let my
yeah.
defensive player be last. So my quarterback would be Dan Marino.
Right.
It could have been Joe Namath or Brett Favre, or
Yeah.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, yeah. Quarterbacks were forever in this division.
And my
Again,
running back,
Yeah. Let me hear who I missed.
I'm
Let me
gonna
hear
go.
who
I'm
Ranking
going
is.
LT,
Fuck, he was a Jet.
but you could have picked like OJ Simpson. You could have picked Marshawn Lynch. You could have picked LaShawn McCoy. You could have picked Chris Johnson.
OJ was a slip up. I should have went OJ over
You could have
Ricky.
picked Kevin Falk. You could pick
Nah,
Corey
I'm
Dillon.
thinking I'm still taking Ricky's peak over all of them, but
I mean, I like Marshawn better, but it is what it is.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll
OJ,
take
I,
LT.
I fucked up on OJ and LT for sure.
I'll take LT.
For sure. Oh my god, it's back on me.
Who do you have left?
Receiver and tight end, bro.
I'm telling you, your tight ends, there's no one. I mean, there's one obvious one that you guys might figure out pretty fast. I'm sure Kai should know this one, but if he guesses it and you don't, literally your tight end will be like
Aaron Hernandez.
There you go. Well, I'm sorry, Kai, because you're not going to get any good tight end.
Yeah, that's literally who I was about to pick too. That's crazy.
Kai, I started looking at all these tight ends for all the teams. This might be the division with the worst tight ends of all time.
Of all time.
It's like a position they don't care about. Like, I'm beyond blown away.
So my last two picks, he's underrated, but I liked him as a receiver for the Bills. Andre Reed.
There he is.
Motherfucker.
I told you didn't say him.
And then tight end, like I literally don't know anyone that really other than Gronk and Hernandez that I would have chose. But I guess if I have to pick,
I'll help out. There's two, but they're not like equivalent whatsoever.
yeah, just give them to me.
The only two levels wise, and I'm sure the chat probably could tell us different when you post this video. The only two I saw that worth any names, I just don't know any older players. I saw Martellus Bennett, and I saw Mike Vrabel. I didn't even know he played tight end.
Yeah, he caught a few touchdown passes.
He didn't play tight end.
I thought he played defense, so I'm like,
he did. He just caught
dude,
touchdowns.
When you do Patriots all-time tight ends, he's on their list.
That's crazy.
He had some pretty good touchdowns on the goal line.
That's why it had me laughing.
Yeah, I guess Bennett. Like
honestly,
Bennett's better than probably anyone that's playing tight end right now, and in this division. So
I saw Kellen Winslow for the Dolphins, but I don't know if you guys think he's good.
Senior or junior?
I didn't look that far because didn't want to go to prison.
Yeah, junior did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
He had a good peak, but he just didn't have like the longevity. So
yeah, he's a nutcase. All right, your turn, Donna.
Don't rush me, motherfucker.
Who do you have to pick now?
I need a receiver.
Oh. Man.
Who'd you take at tight end, Kai?
To Bennett.
I
didn't really research that one heavy because I thought there was like just two obvious ones.
Yeah. I'm about to be angry as hell because I'm probably just going to have to go with like recency bias out the ass on my receiver. And I didn't want to have to take Diggs. I really didn't. I have it between Diggs and Brandon Marshall.
That's who I was gonna pick.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall. But he was a dog for everybody.
You could pick Wes.
Nah. I ain't no punk ass bitch. I'm gonna go Brandon Marshall.
I love Wes Walker.
All right, Ant, give me your defensive player that you Googled.
There's like a billion.
This division had lots of defense.
I'll go. I'm just a big fan because I thought he was funny as fuck. I'm taking Vince Wilfork.
Okay.
Big Vince. He's a
beast. You could have took Richard Seymour. You could have took Teddy Bruschi. You could have took Jason Taylor from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
McGinnis.
Yep. I didn't look up any Bills because there were so many Patriots.
You didn't need to.
I just stopped. There's so many of them.
Yeah. All right. So in the chat, in the comments, drop it down below who you think had the best team. We're gonna read it off. Anthony, his team reads Dan Marino at quarterback, LaDainian Tomlinson at running back, T.O. and Tyreek Hill as receivers, Gronk at tight end, and Vince Wilfork at defense.
Next time I want research.
That's second place for me. Kai had Aaron Rodgers quarterback, Curtis Martin at running back, Randy Moss and Andre Reed at receivers, Martellus Bennett at tight end, and Ty Law on defense. And then the winner of this draft, per usual, I had Tom Brady at quarterback. Ricky Williams at running back, which I did fuck up on, and I'm mad at myself for that.
Pretty fast.
Stevie Johnson and Brandon Marshall receivers. Aaron Hernandez at tight end, and Darrell Revis as my defensive player. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's not. Stop cheating and doing research. Anyway, go ahead and break down your segment.
Well, my segment was fantasy bowl predictions. I was gonna see if you guys had any other ones. But
How
while
big are you guys? How big are you guys into fantasy?
I've been doing it since
So
like high school.
You guys
Yeah.
are doing. I'm talking about this season. You guys are doing any mocks yet? Like, are you familiar with ADPs?
Well, let's just say this. I'm not as familiar this year. This would
Okay.
probably be my weakest year than ever. And I'm
Okay.
sure maybe you guys can even agree on this because when sports betting became more popular, it's kind of given away my
Drive for fantasy.
because in theory, like $100 buy-in with 12 people, you can make that in like one weekend, like with parlays and gambling.
Right.
But
I mean,
Yeah,
I like fantasy just for the aspect of it. But
I looked at fantasy today. It's gambling. It's essentially gambling. But I looked at fantasy today, and it's literally there's players I didn't know why they were so low, but it's
Yeah,
it
the
is
market
what it
this
is.
year is fucking crazy. I can't wait to do these drafts with people who actually don't know what they're doing and just go off ADP.
Because this year
Like,
it's like wild.
Bro, these ESPN rankings are ass. They
I
are
agree.
completely. Before I do every draft, I'm gonna go into my draft board and I have to reorganize my draft board. Like, this will be the first year I have to do this. These rankings are absolutely astronomical. It does
Yeah.
not make sense to me.
There's a couple players that could have been top 5 or 6 players in my opinion, and they have them 15, 10. Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Bro, when I'm watching Jonathan Taylor go up the 2-3 turn before the trade rumors,
What? No. The biggest one I have is I don't understand how Matthew Stafford, I mean, as long as he can get through a whole season, how Cooper Kupp is not in the top 5 when it comes to PPR.
are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
He's
right
dealing
now.
with that. He's dealing with.
Who gives a fuck? I just don't understand how he's dude, there's wide receivers. I'm above him.
Bro, what's crazy to me, and I'm giving up a lot of draft shit right now, is how early Tyreek Hill's going.
Or how low Nick Chubb is.
Yeah, Nick Chubb, that's crazy value.
He's
Yeah, he's
16. He's 16 or 15.
Yeah, I think he's like RB5 or 6 too.
I have him as my number 1 player, other than the JJs and Jamars.
Yeah. But anyway, let me hear your fantasy take. I was just curious if you guys were.
Oh, my fantasy
Okay, fine.
take, since Kai kind of came out of nowhere and blew me away with that, but I'm glad we're on the
stole
same
it.
page. No, I guess it's more obvious than I thought it would be because I just don't think people really look into Cleveland. There's a couple teams people
I think
don't.
Go ahead, sorry.
I don't think the public really looks at certain teams because they're just shitty teams or just small shitty franchises. But I'm massively. There's 4 teams I'm gigantic. I'm just all in on this year. And as long as Mr. Burrow is healthy, I think I mean, I'm not saying he's the better player because Patty Mahomes is my favorite quarterback, but I have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase lighting shit up this year. They will be all
What a
Jamar
hot
Chase will
take.
be Joe Burrow will be an MVP, and Joe
Okay.
Burrow's my MVP this year, and then I have Jamar Chase as offensive player of the year. So it's
That's dead. Justin Jefferson's breaking the receiving record this year.
yeah, but the thing is I hate Kirk Cousins, bro. Fucking hate him.
Yeah, I hear you, but he's breaking that record this year. Anyway, I think if we were to go through and pick do it like that. I mean, I know it's off the top and it's kind of random, but if you had to draft one player from each team that's not like a Jamar Chase or the obvious ones, who's the player you guys are looking at later rounds from each team in this division?
You said later rounds?
Yeah. They didn't be late rounds. Just don't give me Stephon Diggs. Don't
I'll
give me
give you one
Josh Allen.
sleeper. I'll give you one sleeper. My favorite sleeper in later rounds. See, I shouldn't be fucking saying this. I'm gonna have to start looking at all this other stuff. But my favorite late round wide receiver is Deontay Johnson. I think everyone's hyped on George Pickens. I love him, but I think Deontay Johnson gets hella receptions, hella yards this year. What's Kenny Pickett up?
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I like that.
I'm big on Calvin Ridley this year. I think he's gonna come back and cook.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy.
He's going dumb ass early.
Yeah, it's dumb, too high.
I'm actually on the opposite wave. I think Calvin Ridley's gonna go off, but I still love Christian Kirk. Calvin Ridley's back, so Christian Kirk's value is dropping like crazy. He didn't just have an amazing year last year. His
I'm
value.
I'm seeing Ridley like in the fifth. I don't think that's too high, but I
Okay,
agree.
you're seeing him in the fifth and on just ESPN then because that ADP shit's bullshit. But on Underdog and Sleeper, he's going in the second, third round. Like he's right on that 2-3 turn.
I don't know if I would take him that high, but I'm
That's what
taking.
I don't like the value on him. Yeah, I think Underdog has him ranked as a 25th player right now. I picked 25.
Oh yeah, that's too high.
Yeah, he's right on that 2-3 turn. But like that's what I'm. But see, that's the stuff I'm talking about with ESPN. Like you could literally snipe Calvin Ridley in other drafts. He's going second round, end of the second, early first or the third. But you could grab him in the fourth or the fifth just because he's so low on those rankings. Like motherfuckers aren't scrolling to find him. You know what I mean? They're just
Mhm.
clicking the guy that's above him. But if I was to look into this division, and I'm trying to think of a guy off the top of my head in this division, who's even in this division? This division's ass. Yeah, no, I don't got one. Not in this division. I'm like hurting my head trying to think of one.
I would go back to Kincaid, like we kind of talked about
Yeah,
earlier. He could
for
get
sure.
like Anthony said, close to 1,000 yards. That's a steal, in my opinion.
For sure. I
hold
think
on.
a late round guy that I'm been targeting in every single one of my drafts, and it's biased, but because it's a Washington player,
Oh God.
but it's not. Everybody is that I've been talking to is all over Antonio Gibson this year.
Yeah, because
P- PPR, but they're idiots.
yeah.
Brian Robinson is running the screen work just as much as Antonio Gibson is in training camp. He's built like an every down back. He's from Bama, and people forget that last year he was shot in the beginning of the season, came back and still ran for 800 yards. Buddy's gonna go stupid this year. He didn't have a goal line carry. He didn't have a red zone carry last year in 4 games in a row. That shit's not flying this year with BNME. We don't have a dumbass Scott Turner anymore. Brian Robinson, I think, is pick 95, 96. And I'm grabbing him in every round, every game, every fucking draft. But
Oh, I have a crazy prop I was going to tell you guys. It goes along with like part of my segment. So my last question for my segment, but it doesn't help that half the dudes aren't here, is can you guys name the last two or so just based off years, who are the two teams that haven't been shut out in a regular season game in the longest period of time?
the two teams that haven't been shut out in the longest.
Yeah, in the longest time. I'm not saying they've never been shut out, but
Right.
they've it's been a very, very long time. Who's the two teams? Because they're tied for number one.
I would say the Chiefs would have to be one of them.
Nah, they've been shut out recently. Can you do me a favor before we go into this?
Mhm.
Can you tell me? You said they're tied. What's
Mhm.
the year?
2002.
They haven't been shut out since 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So the Chiefs at one point did stink.
Bro, they were ass. They definitely were getting shut out.
I'm trying to think of someone who was consistent.
Oh, hold on. There's no way Tom Brady been shut out in New England. Have we all shut out? Y'all shut out. Y'all shut out recently. God, y'all get shut out recently.
Hold on, let me pull up the tweet. I just had the tweet. Where'd it go?
If I had, is it AFC and NFC or is it both?
AFC and NFC. They're the ones tied.
Doesn't help me.
Where the fuck did it go? Hold on, I screenshotted it, and then I saw it again today, and I was like laughing about it.
Man, there's no way it's Washington, right?
Oh, I got the list. Okay, yeah, the last time each NFL team was shut out. Yeah, it's actually really weird, but yeah, there's two of them, same year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I already gave my guess. It would have been the Chiefs, and I probably would have said something weird in the NFC. Probably the Vikings.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. Mine is I'm gonna go with trying to think who was dominant. Who's just always been good. You know what I mean?
I think it's gonna shock. I think one's gonna shock you, one might not.
I'm gonna go with 49ers. I can't even think of a fucking
All right, you can just give you the answer.
AFC. I'm just gonna pick an AFC East team because that's the conference we're in. Give me the no. Fuck it. Give me the AFC South. It's the AFC South and it's the fucking Jaguars.
Nah, the two teams that haven't been shut out in the longest period of time is the Panthers and Ravens.
Oh wow, I would have never guessed the
Since 2002, and the Steelers were 06. They were the second closest to those two teams.
The Ravens haven't been shut out since 2002.
Same with the Panthers, 2002.
Bro, I hope someone beats the shit out of them.
And then
this
it's
year.
Vikings 07, 49ers 10.
Okay, Kyle, you was right there.
Chiefs.
49ers are what?
49ers would be hypothetically 5th.
So you named the 4th and I named the 5th. I ain't mad at that.
Chiefs are right after Browns. Like how what? They're the one of 13 teams, or actually I lied.
Bro, they didn't win a game. How did they
Browns
not get shut out that year?
2014.
They didn't win a game in 2016, didn't they?
But they were shut out in 2014 is what I'm
Right.
I don't know.
How do you not win a game all year? You're 0-16 and you didn't get shut out?
I thought they had one loss.
Or one win?
I guess they weren't getting shut out when they were
Yeah,
losing.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then the Commanders of 2019 is anyways.
Bro, we get our ass kicked. I thought we got shut out last year.
No,
There's
but,
always a game like the Bills beat us like 48-0. The fucking Patriots beat us. They were up like 52-0 before they gave us a garbage time touchdown.
Well, here's
we
my
get
thing.
Our asses kicked.
So it's just a dumb fucking. It doesn't really correlate, but I kind of thought it was funny. FanDuel, which, sorry guys, you guys don't really can participate in that.
Yeah.
The other guys can, but FanDuel has these crazy season-long props with the craziest odds for certain teams. Like the Ravens, not so much, but I got the Panthers, and I bet on them twice, but like $50 on each. The Panthers to score a rushing touchdown in every game or a passing touchdown in every game is like almost 100,000 to 1 odds.
God damn.
And I'm like, you're telling me if we've never been shut out since 2002 and I'm feeling Bryce Young, you tell me we can't, even if we get our asses beat every game, we're not scoring at least one rushing or one passing touchdown?
Watch out have one game where you're just getting all field goals.
Dude, yeah. But that's what so I was like, man, throw some lunch money on that. I thought it was insane. Like $20 pays like almost, one's $5,000 and the other one's like 3,500. I'm like,
Jesus.
I would do it, to be honest.
what are you telling me? We need one passing touchdown for 17 straight games or one rushing touchdown?
One donation each.
You guys are a good rushing team too, so I could see that at least one rushing touchdown.
Yeah,
For
I saw
sure.
today. There were like every play Miles Sanders touched the ball against the Jets, we were running down their throats for like 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, I'd look as good as
He's
their
gonna be a
defense,
sleeper too this year in fantasy as long as he can stay healthy.
And then
as
we were
good as their defense was last year. Their rush defense was like middle of the pack.
yeah, and then Brian Burns was sacking Aaron Rodgers like every other play.
Right on. Well, we're gonna stop talking about the Panthers.
Just letting you know, I'm hyped about our division sucks.
Next week we are doing the AFC South and the NFC South together, so tune in for that one because those divisions are ass, so they should go quick. But yeah, thank you, Kai, for coming on this week. Episode 50, it's a big episode for us, big 5-0.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate